What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Jacobalava, and today I'm going to be talking about how to get to 10% body fat or even lower naturally. So guys, before I start the tips, please subscribe to my channel. A lot of you who are watching aren't subscribed. It helps me a lot, and it helps me, mas ginaganahan ako to produce more content such as this because I know it's helpful for a lot of you based on the comments, or unless you're lying to me. 10% body fat or below, or even close to 10%. Let's not stick to 10%. There are a few things that you should be doing, but before that, I'm going to be talking about things that aren't really mentioned prior to starting that journey. Kasi guys, getting to 10%, close to 10%, or lower, depends on where you're starting. It's a journey, so it's a process talaga. It's going to be a strict and difficult process. I know you see a lot of people out there, ganda ng mga katawan, di ba? Ganda ng physiques, but you have no idea how hard it is to get there, unless you've been there. So me personally, I've been around 10% or below 10%, actually, around 4 to 5 times in my life. So I keep myself around 12 to 15% range year-round para madali akong bumaba sa 10 or below. The first thing that I want you guys to understand is that 10% will look different for each person. Iba-iba tayo ng genetics. We store body fat in different areas per person. Ang 10% ko would look completely different from another person kasi I store mostly here or sa likod. Kaya hindi halata. That's why I look very lean in photos. A person might be already at 10% pero hindi mukhang 10% kasi unang tinitingnan ng mga tao, abs. Diba? There are a lot of places in our body that fat can be stored in. Before we get to it, I wanted to address na mahirap to actually know your body fat percentage kasi every test, even a caliper, yung mga hawak test, things like that, they're not really accurate. Even DEXA scans, nagkakamali pa yan. You focus more on how you look rather than 10% na ba ako, guessing your body fat. So with that being said, genetics, muscle insertion, bone, everything will have a factor to play. So just to set your expectations, you might not look the way you want to look at 10%. Before you take on this journey, you have to understand bakit mo ba to ginagawa? Motive, para saan? You have to have a deeper why, right? So kasi guys, 10% and below, that's gonna be difficult. No? You're gonna be sacrificing a lot of things. So bakit mo pa siya ginagawa? Is it for a bodybuilding show? Is it for the beach? Is it for health? Malabong for health yan kasi actually going below 10% isn't healthy. Your body is not meant to go there. Your body's gonna be fighting you if ever you do try to pursue going 10%. Kaya mahirap. Kaya may cravings. Kaya you feel like crap. Kaya napapakain ka, napapabinge after like dieting for a long time. It's because your body does not want to be there. The body is not meant to be below 10%. Tayo lang naman mga, let's say, bodybuilders or fitness people yung interested to go there. Kasi mas desirable siya tingnan eh. Depends on the person, but kaya lang naman natin gusto pumuntang 10% or below. It's because it looks good. That's what the models look like, bodybuilders look like, physique guys look like. So, if ever you do take on that journey, you must have a deeper why, diba? I want to look my best for this photo shoot or for this beach trip, or I'm joining a physique competition. Usually when you join a competition that's even going below 10%. Setting a goal will help you have more structure when trying to get to 10% below. Kasi if wala kang goal, edi bara-bara ka na lang. Parang you're walking in blindly. Wala kang plan. You're doomed to fail. Dapat yung goal mo is something like this. I want to be at around 10% by this time, at this date, for this occasion. Something like that. Something structured. Ako personally, I was supposed to go to the beach. So yun yung goal ko, no? For trying to get below. Kaya I'm fairly lean, but medyo nag-gain na ng fat now. So may why ako. Like kahit sabihin mong shallow, matimbang yun sa akin. Kasi I wanted to look good in the beach. So have a goal. Another thing that's not mentioned often, it takes a lot of sacrifices. Magla-lifestyle change ka. Your lifestyle is drastically gonna change if you want to get to 10% or below. I'm not lying to you. Kahit pa nga yung unnatural guys, yung lifestyle nila, kakaiba. The closer you are to 10%, the leaner you get, again, your body is going to be fighting it. Mas i-resist mo yung cravings, urges to eat, to binge, things like that, lalabanan mo. So it's purely mental. And you'll have to sacrifice a lot. Hindi pwede yung whatever is served to you by, let's say, your mom, kung ano man lang yung sinaserve. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta yun lang kinakain. You have to be structured with your calories. You have to be structured with what you eat. The kind of meat, lean meat that you eat. Kasi realistically, again, hindi kaya yung whatever is served, tapos kakainin mo. Huwag ka nang umasa nga abot ka ng 10% of body fat. Sacrifice also socializing. Kasi that's a huge part. Yun yung what a lot of people do not take into account. And kaya that's how a lot of my clients or a lot of people fail because hindi nila fina-factor in. Socializing, kasi when we socialize tayo mga Pilipino with family, friends, and everything, it involves eating or drinking. And that is the complete opposite of what you are trying to do. Diba? So, you have to address that. If you are going to be taking this journey, kailangan mina-mindset mo na you will make sacrifices. Shout out to my friends. Whenever I go 10% below, di ako masyado nagpapakita sa kanila. I rarely go out. I'm telling you the truth. You cannot go 10% below drinking whatever, eating whatever. Kasi at the end of the day, sosobra ka sa calories. Though possible, kumain and uminom, it's not the most optimal way to do it. At the end of the day, it's gonna be your overall calories and at least protein intake. Now, I do not recommend people try to get the 10% kung wala ka masyadong muscle mass or hindi maganda yung base mo kasi you're just gonna look skinny. According to this test na, my physique here was mga 14% body fat. Compare ko siya to another 14% with more muscle mass. It looks drastically different. So, maganda if you have a decent amount of muscle on your frame before you try or attempt to go to 10% below. Kasi guys, you are gonna look skinny kung wala kang muscle. So, imagine yourself plus 20 pounds of muscle trying to get to 10% versus you na, let's say, wala masyadong muscle trying to get 10%. You're gonna look drastically different with the additional 20 pounds of muscle on your frame. Number one, what you want to focus on is your nutrition. Okay? When I say nutrition, kailangan dial in yung calories mo. Ako, the easiest method for me is to track the food kasi if you just keep guessing, most likely, let's say, pwede kang mag-lose ng weight, pero it's not really the result na gusto mo. That's why you have to track protein, you have to track your calories, you have to measure that. Getting to 10%, it's a long, hard journey that has to be structured. So you have to be in a calorie deficit all throughout. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that's the only way, being in a calorie deficit. Tapos the leaner you get, the harder it's gonna be. Kasi again, your body's gonna be fighting it, magka-crave ka. Kaya the leaner you become, kahit sabihin mong nakakain ka ng cheat meal once in a while, baka later on, pabawasan yung cheat meal from, let's say, 3 meals, magiging 1 na lang siya. You're gonna prioritize more nutritious sources if you're really pushing your physique to the next level. So a recommendation is try to find an online calculator, factor in activity, go at a 500 calorie deficit. Start mo muna from your maintenance, tapos slowly i-decrease mo yan over time. Yung quality ng look mo at 10% will rely heavily on your training or lifting weights. Again, as I've mentioned, pwede ka magmukhang 10% kung idadaan mo sa diet alone without exercising, but that's not necessarily gonna look super nice. So, the more structured your training program is, for those who are willing to track exercise, their lifts, binubuhat nila yung weight, maganda ng result. But based on my experience, as long as you're consistently challenging yourself, kahit hindi masyadong strict yung pagbilang mo ng weights or di super structured ng program mo, it makes a hell of a lot of difference compared to not training at all or yung sobrang petics mo lang magbuhat. You have to go to the gym consistently and you have to keep challenging yourself. You need to keep the muscle mass while on a deficit. Kasi the leaner you become, mas malaki yung chance na mawawala yung muscle mass nyo instead of fat. That's why it's important to track your protein calories kasi if you do not, malaking chance pwedeng kumuha ng muscle mass, yung hard-earned muscle mass mo food. So we have to be very careful about that. That's why when people ask me, calorie count lang. Okay, but your muscle mass will be potentially eaten if you do not get enough protein. Lifting weights will help with the activity, increases calorie burn, versus hindi ka nag-lift ng weights. In truth, you can get to 10% without lifting a single weight, but it's gonna take a long time. You're not gonna look as good, you are going to be dropping your calories by a lot. So, it's gonna be tougher on you mentally kasi yung calories na kinakain mo sobrang baba. So, you're putting your body at a deprived state for a longer period of time. So my recommendation when you're trying to get the 10% or even lower is that you still lift heavy. As long as you get your overall volume, if natural ka, as much as possible, bigatan mo yung lifts mo sa kaya mo. Kasi that's one way that you can tell na you are maintaining muscle and losing fat is pag bumababa yung timbang mo, pero yung weight na binubuhat mo, the same or slightly humihina ng konti. That's going to be one measure of strength, your muscle. So as much as possible, you try to preserve it when you're doing this naturally. Move more. Besides cardio, move more. When I say move more, your body's gonna reach a point na, okay, I don't wanna go below 10%. I don't wanna go any leaner. What you can do is you can actually move more. When I say move more, you can walk around more, damihan mo steps mo, di naman kailangan cardio, just be more active. Kaya nakikita nyo mga labor-intensive na trabaho, a lot of the people are lean. Basta yung maraming effort na kailangan na trabaho, mas na-maintain nila katawan nila kasi that burns calories. Hindi lang yung workout mo, tsaka yung cardio mo, but simply moving burns calories. Be more active. Take the stairs if you have to, park far, walk far, step count. They all matter. It's gonna be essential once nasa 10% zone ka na trying to get below kasi you need to burn more. Your body is like a furnace, di ba? So, kailangan painitin mo pa siya. And cardio can help with that. Cardio also speeds up the process. Some additional factors that I wanted to address, no? You have to address your environment. When I say address your environment, your family, friends, social life, everything. It's gonna be hard, pero you have to tell them na, okay, this is my goal, please support me. Kasi guys, your family, your friends will make or break you. Lalo na yung parents, family mo, if they're not supportive, it's gonna be extremely difficult. It's gonna be extra hard. Basically, yung difficulty tataas. So I'm very thankful for my parents and my family. Never naman nila akong pinipilit and naiintindihan naman nila ako if let's say I'm trying to get cut or I'm trying to get very lean, below 10%. Although, I also choose my moments. Hindi ako laging, kung wala namang why, wala namang goal, I try to stay around 12 to 15. So, mas nakakapag-enjoy ako with my family, with my friends, nang ganun. Pero, if I'm trying to get the 10 below, yun, address ko na sila. Sabihin ko na sila na, okay, skip muna ako this time, di muna ako inom, di muna ako kakain ito. I'm gonna prepare my own meals separately. Kasi guys, realistically, unless sobra talaga ganda ng genetics mo, that's the only way. You will feel like your body isn't meant to stay or go there. So you're gonna struggle, lalo na when you see food. Let's say, kaya nga important i-address mo yung family and friends mo. Kasi temptation is everywhere, guys. The more tempted you are, the easier it is for you to fail. All the food that won't help you in this journey, remove mo na yun. And try to focus on your nutritious and lean sources. And yung basic, simple food lang. I swear, if puro yun lang yung pagkain mo, aabot ka dun. That's why a lot of bodybuilders recommend, mga bro coaches recommend chicken, steamed, kamote. It's because wala masyadong fat yun. Now, you just simply remove all unnecessary food in your house and that will help you a lot. You will have to spend on your own food. Kasi nga sinabi ko, you are not gonna be eating the same thing your family eats or whoever you live with eats. Kasi ikaw lang naman yung trying to get 10% below eh. Your mom, your dad isn't trying to do that, so they can eat whatever. So, ikaw, if wala kang prepared food like chicken breast, nutritious sources na available, patay ka. Kakainin mo whatever they're eating. And 90% of the time, that's not gonna be the best options to get 10% below. So again, it comes back to sacrifice and things like that. Mapapagastos ka. You have to buy your weekly food intake, protein, carb source. So I just wanted to tell you guys the truth na you will spend for things like that. If you're doing this naturally, it takes a while. It takes a long time. And it also depends on your starting point. So sabihin natin you're already a lean, fairly lean guy. Medyo palabas na yung abs mo. That'll take you less time than, let's say, if you started obese. No-brainer, diba? Pero it's still gonna be challenging. It'll take a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices. You know me, I only tell you what the truth is. I never lie to you guys. And this is my personal experience and the experiences of my clients na sinashare ko lang sa inyo and how they got there. Kasi guys, we all may be different genetically and things like that. Pero isa lang yung formula niyan eh. Calorie deficit, increased activity, willpower, patience, things like that. And iba-iba tayo ng strategies and styles to do. So that's the video. If you enjoyed, please, 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 and if you learned something, please subscribe. It really helps me a lot. I really love making videos and I really hope this channel grows lalo na dito sa Philippines where misinformation is rampant. So guys, thank you. See you in the next video.